The evening was slowly descending upon the quiet Italian lakeside village, not with the weight of night, but with the softness of a sigh. The sky shifted from gentle gold to pale lavender, brushing the surface of the lake with light so delicate it looked like floating silk. You walked along a narrow stone path, worn smooth by centuries of footsteps. The stones were cool beneath your shoes, warmed only by the memory of the day's sun. A faint breeze drifted from the water, lifting a small curl of your hair, carrying with it the scent of jasmine, wet leaves, and distant chimney smoke. Behind you, the village was waking into evening. Windows glowed one by one, releasing warm amber light that stretched across the walls like soft ribbons. Somewhere, a family was laughing quietly. Somewhere else, a kettle whistled. Life here moved slowly, gently, with no need for hurry. You breathed in deeply, letting the calm of the place settle inside your chest, softening the edges of your thoughts. As you continued down the path, you passed an old bakery with a wooden sign shaped like a crescent moon. Through the fogged glass, you could see the baker, an elderly man with flour on his sleeves, placing the last loaf of the day onto a cooling tray. The warm scent of bread drifted through the cracks of the door, wrapping around you like a comforting childhood memory. A cat slept curled into a ball on a doorstep nearby. It lifted its head just enough to acknowledge your presence, then nestled back into the cozy warmth of its fur. The village cat had likely seen every sunset for the past decade, each one slower and softer than the last. Farther ahead, a lantern swung slightly in the wind. Its light flickered across the cobblestones, painting long shadows that swayed gently at your feet. You felt as though the whole village was breathing with you, inviting you to relax into its quiet rhythm. A woman hung fresh laundry on a balcony above you. The sheets fluttered lightly, catching the last hints of daylight. She smiled as you passed, and you returned the gesture with a small nod, feeling strangely at home in this place where you had never lived. You walked on, letting yourself be guided by instinct, by the soft murmur of voices through open windows, by the whisper of the lake beside you. At the far end of the village, just where the houses began to thin and the trees grew taller, you found a small wooden cabin overlooking the lake. Its roof was lined with moss, and a bundle of firewood rested neatly beside the door. You opened it gently. Inside, the cabin glowed with the warm light of a stone fireplace. The flames crackled softly, sending shadows dancing across the wooden walls. A wool blanket lay folded over an armchair, and an old book rested on a small table near the window. You stepped inside and closed the door behind you. Instantly, the quiet of the village gave way to an even deeper silence. Warm, intimate, protective. The fire welcomed you with a gentle pop. Your breath loosened in your chest, as if the house had wrapped invisible arms around you. On the table, a cup of chamomile tea waited, still warm. You wrapped your hands around it, feeling the heat seep slowly into your palms. Outside the window, the lake shimmered under the first silver light of the moon. You sat in the armchair, pulled the blanket over your legs, and allowed your body to sink into the soft cushions. A few minutes later, rain began to fall outside, soft at first, like fingertips tapping gently on the roof, then steadier, forming a delicate rhythm that blended perfectly with the crackling fire. You closed your eyes for a moment, listening. Rain on wood, fire on stone, wind brushing softly against the window. These sounds formed a lullaby older than memory itself, a song humans have fallen asleep to for thousands of years. The room dimmed slightly as the clouds thickened outside. The fire grew brighter in contrast, casting warm gold across your blanket. You watched the flames curl and uncurl like gentle breaths. Every moment felt slowed down. Even your heartbeat seemed to soften, syncing with the steady rhythm of the rain. As you rested there, wrapped in warmth, a memory drifted into your mind. Slow, quiet, uninvited, but welcome. A memory of another rainy evening, long ago, when you were younger, sitting near another fire, listening to someone read a story aloud. You couldn't remember the details of the story, but you remembered the feeling of that moment. Safety, warmth. The world held gently in a small, quiet room. The cabin tonight seemed to echo that memory, bringing a sense of comfort deeper than words. The rain outside softened again, becoming a whisper. The fire slowed, collapsing into glowing embers. Your tea, now empty, rested on the table, leaving a faint scent of chamomile in the air. You felt your eyelids grow heavier. The village, the lake, the fire, the rain, all of it blended into a soft, soothing haze. Your thoughts drifted like leaves on the surface of the lake, slow and gentle. You pulled the blanket a little higher and allowed your body to sink deeper into the armchair. There was nothing you needed to do, nowhere you needed to be, no one waiting for anything from you. Just the sound of rain, the glow of the fire, and the deep peace of the Italian night. You breathed out slowly, and as you did, sleep rose to meet you, warm, quiet, inevitable. Tonight, you were safe. Tonight, you were home. More Italian bedtime stories coming very soon. If you enjoyed this moment of calm, subscribe and like the video for more gentle storytelling.